Hi and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. I'm Jessica, also known as Naturally Knitting, and this is episode 206.
I am Allena, also known as Starnets. Today is June 20th. This is our bi-monthly podcast. If this is your first time watching, welcome. If you are a regular, thanks for coming back.
So pull up a chair, grab your knitting or spinning, and craft along with us.
Yes. Do you have any mojo?
I have no mojo. How about you?
No.
Moving along. Whips. I also have none. I haven't touched any knitting in over a month.
That's not good. I have lots of So
Go ahead.
I have my socks that I cast on to knit and take around with me. And it looks like I threw them in here in the middle of a row. So, yeah. But I am on the leg part, obviously. Here's the bottom. And the aquaphobia pattern, but I switched it to be toe up, and I'm using the toe up socks with the difference. That's like my go-to, how I do the heel, because it's a toe up sock with a heel flap, but the increases are on the bottom.
You always do that. I should really do it because you always say you love it, and I have never done that pattern.
Because I like the way heel flaps fit.
Yeah.
And you do the increases on the bottom, so it's, and you don't even feel it, but it looks pretty cool. Like, I don't know if you can see that. And then it's like a typical heel flap. And I just have to adjust it a little bit because that pattern is for like size 8 circumference and mine's size 9. So I just go up a few stitches usually. And then I just take the pattern and do it, you know, if it's like, because this has like a small cable, but I don't really need to worry about that flipping it. But like the aquaphobia pattern is pretty easy. So, you know.
Yeah.
But that's just how, because I like to do toe up socks because I like to try to use as much of the sock yarn as I can. And yeah, so that's what I do.
I hear ya.
But so that's what I'm working on. And I have it in one of my sock boxes because so many times when I'm at shows, people are like, there's no way socks can fit in there. And I'm like, yeah, I have a pair of socks in there and I knit them 2 at a time. And my yarn is in there. And usually I have my knit kit in there, but I have it in this project bag right now. So like at shows, I try to have it so I can show people how it works.
Yeah. It's not like they need to lay out all big and fluffy or anything. They're socks. You can roll them up and shove them in. It works.
Yeah. I'm also crocheting right now. Just a minute. I didn't pull this out big enough. Okay. I am testing a pattern of hedgehog, and I am on the decreasing part. I stopped for a little bit because I had to go to the store and find a nose.
Fun.
I found a nose, and that was at Joann's. So I'm going to finish this, and then I have another pattern, which is a fox, to try. Let me see if I can find the picture. It's super cute. So I'm on the decreasing butt part, and then cute. I'll adding eyes and stuff. And this is for Just a Simple Knot, and her name is Shannon Trimper. I think I have to ask her if it's on Ravelry yet, because I will link my project to it. I haven't like created a project page or anything. So yeah, but that's what I'm working on.
Awesome.
Slowly.
I have spinning.
Okay, so you spin me right round.
Yep.
Can I just show you my awesome cup, which I know I've shown it before?
Yeah, but I'm a little jealous.
And I got it at a Target, so you have Target near you. Go find it.
Ooh, I should.
In the movie/book section.
Okay, I'll have to go look at it. It's very cool. And we just went through mugs and stuff a little while ago, so I could get a new mug or two. So I'm currently spinning on some Rolex. They're the Happy Little Clouds colorway. Basically they're like gray, blue, bluish, grayish color with pops of like neon fun colors in there. I don't know if you can see them. I rolled them all up so they could fit in this bag.
Awesome.
Anyway, so that's what I'm working with. On this, it usually stays in my purse. And I haven't worked on it a lot. I just pull it out once in a while. But now that it's summer and we're outside more, I have a feeling I'll be using it more. And my wheel is kind of clackety, so I wasn't going to use it I was going to spin on it while we were podcasting, but I think it's a little too loud. So that's why I started that. But I've been spinning a lot more. I was working on this BFL.
Ooh, that's so pretty.
It is. It's blues and greens. I dyed this up a while ago with Lauren. We had a dye day like it was a while ago, maybe last year, almost a little less than a year, but whatever. It was 6 ounces, and I crammed it all onto my 4-ounce Acreworks bobbin. The singles wasn't too bad, but then plying it, you know how it always gets fluffier when you ply. I spent like hours, like 2 hours, plying the last like ounce or two, and like doing a little bit at a time and winding it on. And like that bobbin was so full, it was not even funny. Like it was painful to get on there, but I didn't want to break it up. But it's fun. I think Truby will get something out of this for winter next year because it's all like blues and greens, and he likes green. I still have to wash it. I'm sure it'll fluff up a bit. But yeah. So there's that. And then I have some Falkland that I also dyed that day, which I'm not too crazy about the colors, but I'm actually kind of getting low on my like fiber supply of like 2-spin things. Kind of crazy. So anyways, this was stuff that I had dyed up. Green and purple and like I don't know. I think it was supposed to be like camel. I think that's what the color was. I forget. It's not my favorite, but whatever. I'm sure I'll find a use for it somewhere. Or maybe I'll like gift it away for a prize or something.
Like, will it self-stripe?
Yeah, it's the way I spun it.
How many yards is it?
Oh, I didn't even count yet. It's 4 ounces.
I like that. So.
Oh, well, you can have it then.
Like the earth.
It is. It's not bad, but it's just like, like spinning it out is kind of like, meh. It's Falkland, so it's not like the most softest thing ever. I'm sure it'll soften up a bit after I wash it. I don't know. And then I started because Hazel wants me to show her how to Navajo ply, which I said I would last month. So I spun up, I grabbed some Rolex that I had like 2 different sets. They were both under 2 ounces. So it's not even 4 ounces here, but one set was like all pink, and the other was, I think I had named it Turkey Trot. So there's all pink with like bits of tweedy bits in there.
Yeah.
And then there's some other colors, like there's some yellow, and then red and green, and I forget, I think there's a blue, whatever. So I randomly spun them, and I'm going to Navajo ply it, so it'll self-stripe themselves. Or I don't know. I figured it'll be fun. So I can show her how to Navajo ply. We were going to Skype or Google Hangout later last night, but she didn't get home till late, so we didn't. So I think we're going to do that tonight.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. yeah, so I have that. Then I had finished this earlier than I anticipated, so I was like, I could spin something else for another class. And I pulled out, sorry, this is super crinkly, Unwind Yarn Company, a spin your own sock kit.
Ooh, that's kind of cool since you've got that.
Yeah, I had that a while ago. So, and look, I matched the bobbin to the fiber.
Like on
It's
purpose?
like, yeah, because, you know, it's fun. It's like green and brown, and then this is 4 ounces, and then you get 2 ounces of a contrasting color for like heels and toes.
Yeah.
So I'm like an ounce into that, so I'll probably finish that, and that'll all be Navajo applied too.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the plan. So I've
Is
been
that all?
spinning a lot. Yes.
Okay. So I am currently, let me talk about my finished up.
Okay.
So I showed you my finished yarns for detention last.
I'm not done, but you can talk. Go ahead. You just got to grab something.
I had this yarn sitting on the singles sitting on a bobbin for a very, very long time. I did a mashup, a Doctor Who, Who's Your Doctor, Nerd Girl Yarns Fiber Club mashup, like 2 different ones, and I had a ton of this left over. So it ended up, it's like 60 grams of fiber, and I got 132 yards of a 2-ply, and I just plied it with itself. And this is the Crying Roman with a Baby, definitely cool colorway. So it's like a merino silk, I think. Yeah. No, it's a merino bamboo. So then a couple of months ago, maybe even a year ago, I started spinning this red fiber for, I forget why.
You made it for Bella.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So I finished it, and it's a 2-ply, and I got 278 yards. There's 10 wraps per inch on this fiber, and I just did a 2-ply, and it's kind of like, it says it's 10-ply, which is like in between Aran and worsted, but it looks worsted to me, so, you know. And like this looks like DK weight, even though it is also 10-ply. But I think that's because it has bamboo in it, so it's a little bit smaller, if that makes sense. Then I finished these Northern Lights that I started maybe 4 months ago. I finally finished all of them, and I Navajo plied it, and I really love the colors. It's blues and pinks. I mean, blues and purples and greens. So yeah. And it looks cool. And so I got also I got 11 wraps per inch on this, but it looks more worsted than Aran. And then it's 268 yards. So I turned all of these in together for detention because they were all like, I finished spinning them and plying them. So this was a detention project. So then after I finished those, which I finished those around the first week of June, so like the 7th or 8th, I then started a new mashup. So did I ever show you the bats I got at the last Rags Fiber Art? Like the lady I was next to, she made like bats on a blending board.
I think so.
And they were like all different shades of purple. So I just spun the one skein into the next, like I lined them up because the one was like dark purple to blue, and the other one was a blue to a lighter purple. It's not like a blue, like a periwinkle blue. So it looked blue, but I think it's like more of a purple. But and then the other one was like a light purple to a light blue, and then the other one was like some more of that light purple with light blue in it. So that I spun it all up, and you know, this is what I have. So I have it all spun up. So that's that half. Then I pulled out this half. It's a Gwen Aran, and it's greens and there's like a little bit of blue in it and white, but it's mainly green, to apply with the purples, because purple and green go really well together. So I'm spinning that. I have, that's probably about 2 ounces left because it's 4 ounces. So I have that to finish and then apply for a class. And yeah, so that's what I'm spinning. But no, there's more. Just kidding. So at the end of school, this isn't really spinning, but it has to do with spinning. At the end of school, one of the preschool teacher has animals, and she has a sheep, and it got sheared. So I have a fleece.
Awesome.
That I pulled out to clean, and stuff. Let me see if I can show you it. So it's a Suffolk cross. So it's like a down sheep. So, and this was their first time shearing it, like her first time shearing it.
Okay.
But I looked it up, and it's called a Suffolk cross. So I'm guessing it's crossed with something, because most Suffolks will be, I looked it up, most Suffolks will have like a dark face and a white body. But I was looking at that, and it looks like there's some dark colors in it. But because these are sheep, they don't generally think about the fiber. And supposedly getting dark fiber in your wool is looked down upon, because they, most of the time, they sell their fleeces to like the industry to make like wool things. So that's why, so they can dye it, you know. But so I looked up Suffolk, and like it said like the staple length is 2 to 3.5 inches. And so what I was looking at, it's about that. So but they say it's 25 to 33 microns, which is actually pretty good to spin. You figure Merino's around 28.
Wasn't the last season's Fly magazine on down? I heard that it can make really good wearing socks.
Yeah. Well, that's what it says in here. And I was just looking at it. Cool. Like it says also like it would be good for like good outerwear, like a sweater. But it's really soft from what I touched. And, you know, and it's soft in it, so I have to clean it. I got all the stuff to clean it, and I was pulling it out to do that because it's not raining right now. So I was gonna like pick through it and stuff. But I was just like before our thing, because I was reading a little bit about the Down family. Because you know this Fleece and Fiber source book is super smart. So I was like reading all the information, because they talk about the fleeces, and then they talk about the individual animals themselves. So it's kind of cool. So yeah, so I was looking through that, and so I was gonna clean that, and then, you know, hopefully spin it. I don't know when. I have to, you know, get to working on using the fiber I have. So, but that's all I have for spinning, which I did get my new ply, and it's in the other room because I was looking at it and I forgot to bring it in here, which is about bobbin lead.
I just got mine yesterday.
And I just like flipped through it. I didn't read any of the articles.
I didn't even get to page through it.
It's really, really
I just got mine yesterday too.
So yeah, that's all for spinning. What else did you have for spinning?
I'm excited to look through that. I forgot to show, here, let me finish winding this real quick. I finished my classy Squid Fiber Co. bats that I got 3 of them in butterbeer. What was it? Mexican hot chocolate and peppermint mocha or something. I don't know. It was 3 like wintry type drink names. They were bats. Lots of stuff, like arty stuff to them. And I split them in half each. And then one half I split into, I think, like 8 little balls each. And then I spun those up. And then the other half I spun in big sections, and then I applied it together. So it's like a fractal spin out of bats that weren't together in the first place. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Like it looks like they go.
But you know what I mean? Like they're three completely different bats.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it turned out pretty cool. There was like, I think this is like cotton neps. I lost a lot of it on the floor. It wasn't my favorite to spin. I don't know if I didn't spin it correctly or if that's just the
when you have
way that kind of stuff is.
When you have chunks in bats, that's just the way it goes, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
so not it. I think it looks cool, but it's not my favorite. It was like all over the place.
Yeah.
But it was fun. They're super squishy. This darker fiber, I forget what sheep it was, but it was like she hand processed the fiber too. So it's got a little bit. You can feel a little like lanolin to it. I even after I wash it, you know, sometimes how like a natural fleece feels. But I like it. I'm gonna knit it into some sort of big cowly type thing for winter. It's I didn't even do wraps per inch. It's bulky. That's for. I forget how. I don't even know if I counted yardage yet.
I was gonna say, if you have enough yardage, you should do that Katniss cross the body thing that she wore.
I don't think it would be that much. It's only 6 ounces because they're 2 ounce bats.
I'm thinking they were each 4 ounces. Never mind.
No.
No, that's cool though.
So yeah, but I like it. It's squishy, and I'll have to hand this in for detention because I started a while ago. But yeah, I like it.
Cool.
I might actually have a picture of all 3 bats.
I was actually just thinking because I put these in my Ravelry handspun, and I'm trying to keep up to date with my. Trying is an operative word.
Yeah.
Up with my fiber and my yarn stash, because if I go somewhere, I can just look on my phone and see what yardage I have for patterns and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I was looking, and my Flickr pictures don't match my Ravelry handspun Q, whatever you want to call it. So I have like more pictures than I have fiber or yarn in there. I definitely don't have all my fiber in there. So I was thinking I might pull my stuff out and take pictures and like do a major update so my Ravelry stash is like up to date. Just because one, I don't think I've washed my yarns lately. Like none of these I've washed, and now that it's nicer out, I can wash them and then put them outside and they'll dry really fast.
Yeah.
And 2, I got a new wool wash from so at the last show I did, it was like a real, not the last one in Frederick, but the one before that was in close to Pittsburgh. And there's a lady who makes soap and stuff, and her name's it's called Dusty Tree Soap, and I usually buy soap from her because I love it. And she made a wool wash, and she was telling me about it, so I bought some because it's cool and it smells really good. And I want to use it, so I was going to pull out my handspun and go through and see what I got.
Yeah.
And like update my Ravelry handspun stash, because I'm in Slytherin. They have a thread called Stash Bust. No, I don't know, but basically use your handspun in projects.
I should do that.
And I was called to it, like, what have you made with your handspun? And I was like, I don't really think I've made much. But then I was looking through, and I have made quite a few shawls with my handspun. And I'd like to use more of my handspun. I also would like to get those shelves that have glass on the front. The doors, they're called barrister shelves, I think, or barrister cabinets or something like that. And I would love to have those in my living room and put all my handspun in there so I would see it, because right now it's in a tub upstairs.
Yeah.
And I would love to have it out, because if it's out, I'm going to use it.
Yeah. I have mine hanging on a wall and some behind me. This is where I've been shoving it lately.
Right, which I need to do. But like, see, I have those kind of
But it can
things.
be
I
dusty.
use them every month for shows that I have. So I would fill them up and then empty them and fill them up. So right now I just fill them up with stuff that I'm using.
Okay, so I found, not to take away, but those are the 3 different bags.
Those are pretty.
So, and then
The
turn
one
it.
pumpkin spice.
Yeah, no, it was butterbeer,
Oh, okay.
mocha, and Mexican hot chocolate.
Okay. I was like, because it looks orangey, so I would have thought pumpkin spice.
Yeah. No, but they're fun and squishy. And I'm gonna throw it over there.
But yeah, so I think I want to go through and take pictures and organize my fiber and spun stash on Ravelry so I can see what I have.
I think I did that with you a couple years ago, and then I've been pretty good at putting stuff in.
I did that with my sock.
I wasn't.
That's it, because of Tour de France, Tour de Sock.
Tour de Fleece, which it's coming up again, right?
Yeah, we should have a team, and we should give out prizes.
Okay. I've been so non-existent online. It's not even funny.
We don't really need to have a team, but I love Tour de Fleece.
I do too. It's my favorite time of year.
Mine too. So.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
But yeah, I think I'm going to go through all of my fleeces and take pictures and see, because at the last show I was at in Frederick, down 2 spots was a guy named something, Bubba something, and he made drum carters, and he made mechanic drum carters. But and I was looking at them because I would like to get a mechanical one, but his were what was made his different. He had the big drum, and then he had the taker in one, and then he had the other one up here. And he would usually have, like, if you would have like the medium bristles, have medium, and then have the fine on the top, so it would like extra process it. And then he had the duffer thing. They were really nice, and he like made them, and they were really awesome, and I wanted them, but I didn't have the money. So but I was talking to him, and I was just like, I need to start using my drum carter that Andy built and really start using the wool that I have, because now that people know that I spin, like I get fleeces. Like I have this one that someone gave me, and I have, I think, 2 alpaca fleeces downstairs that I've never washed, that someone just gave me that I need to clean, which I was planning on doing when I did this. And you know, and I've never used them, and I really should. Like, I feel.
I actually think I have a fleece downstairs that needs washed. I should go look at it, because I think it's from 2 years ago, and I hope
it didn't go bad.
It can go bad. It can go rancid. I need
to. So the last newt that I did was when Mom was sick, like right around when she died.
Mm-hmm.
And that was cleaning all my fleeces, and I cleaned them all. But after that, I didn't do anything with them. So they're all clean.
Well, as long as they're clean, that's good.
So I have some that aren't clean, because people are like, "Oh, you spin? I have an alpaca. Here's its fleece," which I don't mind. I actually quite. But
I don't mind that at all.
Not at all. But I kind of would like to actually use them, because part of me wants to, you know, spin from one of, like, especially that Cormo fleece that I cleaned. I want to spin like a sweater's worth and knit a sweater. And then
Cormo is the best.
Yeah, but then I
one of the best.
That like every year, and I'm like, you are way better than me, because I have a bunch of fleeces in the basement that I want to get with, and they are not there. So that's my goal to do, which makes me think I probably should try for a newt next term, because then it'll make me just, I have like so many, like I've been trying to like finish up projects as I go for detention, because I have so many, like I have at least 3 or 4 pairs of socks in the works around the house that I've never finished. So I want to finish those. I have 2 sweaters that I want to finish. The one is the Hermione sweater, and the arm is really weird, so I'm going to take it out and redo the arm. And then the other one is really cool, the Shalom cardigan, which I just need to finish it because it's super cool. It's like brown and tweedy, and it'll be a really fun cardigan. And I just have so many like works in progresses. Like I would like to finish them, and like I'm not a sweater finisher, so that I think is what's holding me back. So yeah.
I like sweaters.
That I'm just talking. So binging.
Okay.
Let's move on to the next section. Binging. Have you been binging on anything? I have.
Yes.
Oh, we
I
skipped.
finally got to finish. What do we skip?
We're on sewing. Do you have any sewing?
Okay. Go. No.
I actually have been sewing. Like my computer is sitting on a pile of fabric that I cut to sew for the next couple of shows that I have. But what I'm really proud of is check out my shirt. It's a V-neck. It was not a V-neck this morning. It was a crew neck.
Oh, it's bigger.
I did a t-shirt surgery, so I'm gonna like get really close. So what you do is you like take out the collar just from the shoulder seams to the middle, and you just like separate it with like a seam ripper, and then you fold the right side out, and then you cut like 2 inches down up to the shoulders, and then you take the collar part and you stretch it out a little bit, and then you cut it, and then you just line them up and sew it and make a V-neck, because I always have a lot of crew neck shirts that I don't like to wear because they like choke me unless they're the woman size, you know. And I think I'm just talking to myself. Where did she go? Oh, where did you go?
I don't know what happened.
Okay, but I always have these crew necks, which is what I was saying, that I just don't like to wear because I feel like they're choking me because they're like right up there, and when it's hot. So I like some of my shirts, like this one I just did today, which is my Shenandoah Valley from last year shirt. And I did like my Star Knit shirts that I made for.
So you said you took out this half, and then what? I missed from there.
So you cut this half and you fold it like at the shoulders, and you cut 2 inches down up to the thing. I have it on Pinterest, like I followed a Pinterest thing, and then you just line up the collar and you kind of stretch the collar part a little bit, and it just, I am amazed by how nice it looks. So I did like this shirt was probably the third one I did. I did 2 of my work shirts, and then I have like other shirts that I just don't wear because they're crew neck. So yeah. I like, adjust them and wear my shirts again because I like that crap.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's what I've been sewing with. So, but I can link to the Pinterest tutorial. I could probably just send it to you on Pinterest, Jessica, but I'll link it in our show notes.
I'm down for that. That's cool.
Okay, so now binging.
Okay, so I finally got through my library digital download thing, Silence Fallen, which is the last, or not last, the most recent Mercy Thompson book, and I listened to that, and it was great, and I loved it.
I loved it.
It was good. It made me miss having all. It made me want to go back and re-listen to them all, which I'm gonna send you a memory stick so you can do that.
I did listen to them all. Like, so I listened to the newest one, and then I went back to them all. And some of the older ones, like I got really annoyed with some of them when I was first listening to them. Not listening, but like annoyed with some of the things that happened. But then, like redoing it again, I picked up stuff that I hadn't picked up before, and it's really good.
They're always good. I always like re-listening to things, good things. So yeah, it was exciting to read that or listen to that. And then I finally figured out you had sent me some more books, so I put some on, and I'm starting to listen to the Others series, which the first one was Written in Red, so that was good. And then I just started the next one.
So what do you think?
It was good. I mean, it's way different. Like, so
and
which is good. But
it writes other stuff. I started reading the one and it was just so dark I couldn't read it, but I really like the other series.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. No, it's good. I like I went from Mercy and like knowing that whole world to like, it's new stuff that you're learning and how they are and stuff. And
yeah.
But it's cool. I like that they're not just like, I don't know, they're more primal or feral, not like, I don't know. A lot of times you get like vampire werewolf books and they're all like, hey, we're people. Oh yeah, we turned into a wolf. And there's no like.
Yeah, and in the others, they're like a totally different species.
Yeah.
And I just like and her like if as you read it, like her, it's not like a commentary, but it kind of is like a commentary on how people are and how prejudices are. Like big time. Like I'm re-listening to those. Like I'm on the last book, the 5th one, which is Etched in Bone, and just like re-listening to it, I was just like, oh my goodness, like so, like she really has like nailed it on the head, like how people act and when they're scared, like how they attack people that are different, and it was just yeah, and how like humans are not very nice to each other a lot of the time, and but she explains it from the point of view of the others, so they don't understand it because they're like they just don't understand it, like, but it's like really good. But yeah, so I'm re-listening to it now. I have to admit it was hard at first for me to listen to because it deals with cutting, because main character, she's called a Cassandra Sang, and she like reveals prophecy when she cuts, but like they were property basically, and that's what she's like getting away from, so she has like the choice to do it herself. But I had problems with that at first because around that time Madison was stressing out with school and she had started cutting, like in the real sense, so we took her to counseling and talked to a professional, and they were like, this is normal for seniors, they start to freak out, and and that she just gave her different methods of coping with stress instead of self-harm. So and it was like for Madison it was superficial, it wasn't like super deep or anything, and so they were able to work through that. But like at that point when I had just started reading that series and I was like, oh my gosh, maybe it's because I'm reading this series that but talking to the counselor, it was really good. But I mean, like that was the hardest part for me. But if you read as you read through the story, like they're teaching this girl like why you can't do that type of thing, so it's really good. I like it. Like I said, Anne Bishop's not afraid to deal with
hard things,
touchy subjects. Yeah, like the other series that I was reading, I had to stop reading. It was really dark, but they were talking basically, I think it was like basically female castration, and so that's why I had to stop reading it. Like they didn't say it outright, but they were like alluding to it, and I was just like, yeah, no, I can't handle that. Like, so just different people like different stories. I've heard her series, the Daughter of the Blood series. I forget what Black Jewels, Red Jewels, something like that series is supposed to be really good, but I haven't read them. So, but yeah, so go on. Sorry, I kind of took over that for you.
No, that's okay. It's fun to get into a new series, and I like it, so it's good. It's exciting, and that's probably why I'm getting so much spinning done now. But yeah, that's pretty much all for reading. I started watching Lost Girl on Netflix. I think I watched like a season. It's okay.
It's a totally different series too. Like if you're used to supernatural like stories,
Yeah, different.
Fairy. I'm not sure I like the fairy storylines as much as I like werewolf stuff.
Yeah,
so
they're all fey and whatever. So it's okay. Like I said, I watched that for a bit and then I kind of got off it. Let me turn my thing on again. Heartland just came out with a new season, so I'm watching that with kids, and they're all excited. What else? I think I told you earlier I was watching Bones and Being Human, but I haven't jumped back on that lately.
I lost interest in Being Human like after like 2 episodes. Like I couldn't even get it.
I think I'm not even like halfway through the first season, and it's okay, but I'm just like meh. Like couldn't hook me.
Give it a couple, and then I'm like, no.
I think that's why I jumped on to Lost Girl. Like I'm trying to find some different things.
Well, Lost Girl, I totally binged. The first time I watched that, I binged that one because I really did like it. Even though I'm not a big fairy person, I did binge to watch that, and it has a new season, so I kind of watched 1 or 2, but I can't get into it anymore. Like and that was like a couple of years ago when I watched it.
Yeah, so I might, it was interesting enough.
You just have to learn a whole new genre, if that makes sense.
What?
It's like a new genre, like with the Fae. If you're not used to that, because they have like all these like not hidden, but like other stories that
they keep on going deeper and deeper. Well, or it's almost like what's that, Grimm, where they, it's got the fairy tale. I don't know.
Yeah,
you can like dig deeper and deeper into different things, like the. No, but it's good enough. I didn't hate it. Yeah, but that's it. Nothing else that I'm watching. What about you?
Okay. So I've been reading, like I said, the other series, but I did just download The Veil from my Audible that Jessica was talking about a couple months ago.
A month or two.
Read that, right? The Veil and the Sight.
Yep. And the Sight. The third one should be coming out, I don't know, in a year.
Well, I just downloaded the first one because I wasn't sure, but with Audible, if you don't like the audiobook, you can return it and they'll give you a credit back. But so after I'm finished with this Etched in Bone, which I'm like almost done, I'm going to start that, I think. And then I've been watching The Office with Andy, like 2 or 3 a night. Really funny. There's so many that I've never seen because the first time watching it, he would just not wait for me and just watch them. So I'm like, I don't remember this. And so it's really good. But I have been seriously binge watching Orphan Black. So good. So it's on Amazon Prime, and I watched it the first time we had a free trial, and now we subscribe and pay monthly. And so I was watching it, and because on BBC America they've been advertising for the last season, and so it's the last season of the series. So I was like, oh, I need to see if I'm caught up. So I thought I was closer than I am. So I'm on season 4, and it's so good. So it's about like clones and stuff. So it's really good.
I think I remember watching the first episode or 2 when it came out on TV and thinking it was cool, but I never caught up with it.
If you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it on Amazon Prime.
I do. Maybe I'll watch that.
And so, so I'm in the middle of season 4, and I can't wait to watch the rest. So then we've been watching with the girls Primeval, because we've been watching Heartland, but there's only so much you can watch before your teeth start hurting. You know what I mean?
No, I don't, because the kids love the horses. I don't know. They can't get enough.
Sometimes I'm just like, oh, give me a break. I don't know. But yeah, so then I started watching Primeval with them, which with Bella, she
British,
really liked that.
Like dinosaurs.
Yeah,
I think I watched that a lot, years ago.
Yeah, it was on Netflix, but I think only the first couple of seasons, because on Amazon Prime they have 4 or 5 seasons. Oh, okay. So I don't them all. So I started rewatching them because I forgot a lot of it, and Bella's just in love with it. So we've been doing that, and then I was at the store, and they had Sailor Moon, a couple of seasons of Sailor Moon, like Sailor Moon S and Sailor Moon Crystal, on sale. So I bought them, and we've been watching Sailor Moon S a little bit. We binge watched it a little bit, and then we stopped, because that's the same thing with Heartland. After so many times, you're just okay, give me a break. But yeah, So then, sorry, I keep shaking the table. I finished my Otherworld, Women of Otherworld. Okay, I didn't really finish because I haven't read 13 yet, but I kind of like the Savannah character, which I talked about this last time, but I really don't care. I really liked the Allena and Clay and the werewolves characters. So they have that series Bitten on Netflix. So I started rewatching it. And I'm still kind of annoyed that they changed so much from the book.
Yeah.
But I'm really enjoying it. Like, because they changed a lot. Like, the show's like 4 years after she was turned into a werewolf. And the book, it's 10 years. And so she's like in her 30s. And so she's still in her 20s. And all the stuff that happened in the book is happening in the series, and they've like left out people and added people, and I'm just kind of like annoyed with that, but at the same time I do like that series, so I've been watching that too. But Orphan Black kind of took over that, so I haven't watched it the past couple of days, but last week I was watching it. So cool. But that's all that I've been binging on.
Okay, so we're kind of moving on to randomness.
Yeah.
Okay, so we built a chicken coop. And that's what like the beginning of this month was like for like a couple weeks. Like we were hardcore building the chicken coop, which we took our old children's playset and tore it down. I'm gonna see if I can find some different pictures. And put a roof on it, put sides up, and turned it into a coop. It's totally awesome. All right, so here, it's kind of hard to even see. I don't know if you'll be able to. Here it is. We tore down like the top. There was another level on top of that, so we tore it down so it was like kind of on stilts, right?
Well, did you take it down a little bit? Like it's shorter than it was, right?
There was a third level. There was like the main level, and then there's a third level that Dad put on. Like this was back from like when we were, well, Trevor's like when I was
Trevor.
All right, so it's old. It's over 20 years old, and it was rickety as heck. Like the kids would go up on that third level, and it would like jiggle. And I was like, we have to do something. So then when we were like, oh hey, I want chickens, and we were trying to figure out like where to build a coop or what to make it, how to do it, and I was like, why don't we turn that into one? Because the kids are getting old, they don't use it as much. I mean, they might like sit in it, but they don't really do too much in it. They're not little. So Joe framed it out, and we put, that's a bad one, put like walls up in it. Here's like half done. So we got some plywood from work. We got a lot of wood for free. Our neighbors tore down a tree house, so we got some of that. And the plywood that we lined the inside with, we got from his work. They just had it in the basement for free. We used that. Anyway, so let me find a nice new picture. Lots of work, and I spent days painting and building the run. So here it is. So we built a run, and there's like the wire all around it, and a door, and there's a door on the inside or to the actual coop. It's like a double door. It's really kind of cool, so that we can open the one, but it'll still have like a fence all over it because they're supposed to have like really good ventilation. Yeah. Especially during like the hot times. I don't have to give a picture of that. But the problem was this thing is so non-square that everything we made like had to be all wonky, and like so you had to measure like it's like 46 inches on this side, but 4 on here, so it's like totally like not square. But it's pretty awesome, and I love it, and I think it's great.
That is awesome.
And I even made, here's the little walkway up to the thing that's like inside the run. And I put that on a pulley system, so you pull it open and you like have it open for the day, and then when they go in at night, you shut it, which they can't be out there till another 6 weeks. They have to be older. And then
that after just chickens are like super smart that way. Like you could have after a while, you don't even have to have them in the cage, and they'll just go in themselves.
Right. But for at night purposes,
yeah.
So predators don't get them. So here, well, Joe's kind of in this one, but he was like grinding off in the nesting boxes. So like I made this roost over here.
Yeah.
So when they sleep at night, when they're bigger, they like to sit, like kind of in a tree or whatever, but it's called roosting. So they'll sit on there, and I'm going to put a tray under there because they usually poop when they're sitting up there. So then I can just pull the tray out, and we lined it with old linoleum so we can like clean it out easy.
Now I'm going to watch Chicken Run and all those chicken play movies.
So we got the baby chicks last week or so sometime. Probably going to be black. We're not
cool.
exactly sure because my friend who had her chickens lay and sit on the eggs for a while to hatch. She had she has like over 30 chickens, so she wasn't sure whose they were and which rooster did his thing. Fertilize them. So she's like, I'm not exactly sure what kind they'll be yet. But they're so cute and fluffy right now. Actually, they've gotten a lot bigger. We've had them for like a little over a week, so this is like early on.
What happens if they turn out to be males? Like, you're just gonna have to.
She said we can bring them back, or we can eat them.
That's cool, though.
Not that they're not really good eating chickens because they're supposed to be laying. Even the roosters, like they won't have a lot of meat on them. But
yeah.
So there's one because she thinks he has like longer tail feathers, so she thinks he's gonna be a rooster. So the kids named him Tail Feathers. They're so original. But they're so funny. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted quite a few pictures of the chickens and some videos. The kids found June bugs and throw them in the run with them. And like the one gets it and runs around and like tries to run away from the others. They're so funny to watch. But it's so great. Like I always wanted chickens, and then like a few months ago, I was like, let's do it. And so like I texted her that we wanted chickens, and like we did it, and it's done. I'm so excited. Yeah. We have to put a roof over the run. So that's the one thing we haven't done yet. So we're thinking of getting that corrugated plastic.
Yeah, like that clear plastic.
Yeah, that's all like bumpy. So I think we're going to do that and put that on there so that during the winter and when it rains, they can still have some shelter. Because they'll be out there all winter. Yeah. Once they get big enough. Right now, we let them out there when it's nice out and when we're outside. And then they sleep inside in a little box with the light on. So they stay warm. That's cool. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun having them. It's exciting. That's mainly what we've been doing.
So, yeah, summer's here, and it's been crazy. And Madison's working at Idlewild, which is an amusement park. And so we've been doing a lot of traveling. So today, when we went there, it was just me, and we drive through Ligonier, which is where my local yarn store is, which is not super local because it's like 40 minutes away, 30 minutes, 35. But I stopped there today, and I got some stuff. Because, yeah. So first of all, she had some Stephen West patterns, so I got this pattern, Westlake, which see if I can show you. So like if you look at it, there's like different directions. There's like a twisted rib, garter stitch, stockinette, but it just looks kind of cool. And I have a lot of stock yarn, so I was looking for patterns that I could use one skein with, and that's one of them. So then I was looking around, and I had an hour to spend because you put a quarter in the meter and it's an hour. So I was looking around, and I didn't really need to buy any yarn or fiber because we had this conversation like 10 minutes ago. But I picked up this, and So the owner of the yarn store is named Kathy Zimmerman, and she is the one who does she writes a lot of like patterns and stuff. And she was telling me she met the lady who's the editor for Interweave Knits last week or whatever TNNA was, and she said she's really nice. But I was telling her, yeah, I really liked it. So like this one has a bunch of different patterns in it, and this is like eternal knits, but I was looking through it, and like my rule is to have like 3 patterns that I would possibly knit or want to knit. So I really like this tunic here.
It's pretty.
So because I'm like thinking summer, I want summer knits. You know, I was talking to her about that. But then there's like some really cool like shawls in here, just basic shawls. But then there is this cape. Let's see if I can find it. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find it. So here we go. Well, here's the pattern, the picture of the pattern. It's like a cape. It's the same one that's on the front, but it looks really cool. It's like a herringbone pattern, but it's like a cape, which is totally cool. I don't know why I'm obsessed with it. But then I saw the pattern, which is like a double-breasted sweater for men. Cool. And Andy he keeps wanting me to knit him a sweater, but he's super picky. And he doesn't wear the last sweater I wore him because whatever. Because I made it to what he said he wanted instead of just following my instincts. But he likes this one. He's been wanting one like that, like a chunky knit one. But so I showed him this one, and he's like, "Yeah, I really like that one." So I picked up this one. I'm glad I picked it up because I bought it.
Sweater that you can wear to school.
Got my text. Then I found this one. So I have some cotton that I got a couple years ago, like a really pretty teal cotton, and I've been wanting a pattern, like a tank top pattern. So I was looking through this book. Now, most magazines now have like index. I don't think Knit does it. That has a picture of all the patterns that are in it, so you can just look at it. So I had to do it. So as I was flipping through, I saw they had this shawl pattern, which looks really cool. I like it. And it's a book excerpt, but it's like the whole pattern. Coney Island Shawl is the name of it. And it's really a pretty pattern. So I like that. But what really drew me to this was, so they have these like knit like a roller girl tank tops, whatever. I was looking for tank tops. So there's this pattern for this tank top. Now see how it has like garter? It's using more yarn than I have for a pattern. But this other one, if I can find it. So then this one is with the same exact yarn that I have. You know, because I just want a tank top, a knit tank top. Yeah. You know, but look at how cool the back looks. So of course I would put tank top under it, but it looks just so cute. And I'm probably not going to stripe it. It's probably just going to be plain because I just have one color. Because it's Cascade Pima, I think is the yarn. Yeah, Cascade Yarns Ultra Pima. And it's this really pretty teal. I guess I could probably pick up another color.
It would look good solid too, I think.
But I also liked this pattern, which is just kind of like a boy tank top. But like the thing with these tank tops is you can wear them over shirts like this. But then they have this pattern, which I'm not going to wear them, but I might just because it's funny. They're shorts, but I thought Madison would really like them. Or Bella. They're super cute. And then I think there's another, so there's like another tank top, but I don't really like it as much. But there was another pattern in here that I was like, oh, I'm just going to buy this one for sure. So then there's like...
You should bring that when you come in July so I can look through it.
Okay. So then there's this pattern. So this is like more of like an over tank top, but I really liked it because it's like a flowy one. I thought if I had like a cotton linen type yarn, I could do that.
Totally.
Maybe I'll spin up the cotton that I have.
Ooh.
and just make that. But there, I just was like, yeah. But then, okay, I'm not even done. I'm like halfway through this. So then there's like these really cool shawl patterns. So look at that pretty shawl.
Oh, that is pretty.
And it's like really long if you look. And it's like leaves or something.
Rectangle-ish or?
Yeah, it's a stole. I'm sorry, it's not a shawl.
That's okay. I'm just curious.
But then I kind of like this. It's like an overshirt, flowy. It probably wouldn't look good on me, but I like the like stitch definition. If you look, it's really pretty.
Cute.
So, yeah. And then, oh yeah, here's another, a fancy tank top pattern. So it like has like lace overlay like on the neck and then under the bust, which I thought would be really pretty. So I might see if I have enough yarn for that. And maybe, like I said, buy another color and do that type of yarn with the one I have.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I like it when you pick up a magazine and there's like more than your standard amount of, okay, I'm not even done. So more than your standard amount of patterns that you want. Because look at this sweater. I just saw it. I didn't see it before, but look at how cute that is. It's just a simple garter stitch top with like a simple pattern.
That's cute.
Garter stitch. And then little tank / sleeveless number with the leaves going up is really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize that most of these models are like not plus size, but
meh.
I mean, and I figure with the crossover tank, that's the striped one, I could just, it calls for less yarn than I have, so I would just add to that, you know, increase a little bit and get a sweater that fits, tank that fits. But yeah, so I don't know. I like buying, like, I used to subscribe to Interweave and those magazines, but it was before and I wasn't always happy with what I got, so I stopped. But now I try to, like, when I can, buy the magazines at a yarn store, not like Joann's or something, because that way I'm helping the yarn store out and still getting the patterns. So, but yeah, so the other day, I'll go randomness, I made sunscreen.
Yeah, I saw that, and it looked. Did it turn out?
I think so. Bella likes it, and I made it with essential oils, and I added a few different oils to be a bug repellent as well. Bella's like liking it because she says it makes her skin nice and soft. Cool. And I'm liking it because it doesn't have all the extra chemicals in it, as opposed to like the sunscreen you buy. And one of my friends was like, it's just as expensive as the stuff you buy. I'm like, yeah, but you know what you're putting on your skin then. Like, it's just shea butter and coconut oil. And I put a little bit of zinc in there because I needed a little bit more sunscreen. But the oils have natural skin, have natural SPF. So that helps. So, but like, cause you know, you don't, when you put on sunscreen, you don't want to have like no sun, because then you don't get any of the vitamin D.
Right.
And that's just, you know me, I've been using essential oils for a while, and I try not to take pills and try not to do too much, you know. So I've been like looking into that, and I don't know, it smells different. Like if you're used to pina colada, like smelling sunscreen, but Bella said she likes it. And then like the other day, Andy was like, we need to go get some shaving cream. I'm like, oh, I have some stuff. I could make you some shave butter. Like, I have so many things pinned on Pinterest.
Yeah.
And so I gave him some, because he likes the stuff. Like, he does the Dollar Shave Club. So they sent like a free sample of like shave butter, and he liked it. And I was like, I can make you that, and it would be probably better for you because it won't have all the chemicals and preservatives that they put in stuff. And so I made some, and he used it, and he was like, I was like, well, how do you like it? He's like, oh yeah, that's really nice. Like, he really liked it, you know, because, you know, like, you're using like cocoa butter and stuff like that. So yeah. But Tomorrow I am making soap. One of the teachers wanted to learn, and I told her I make soap, and like after school I was over and at graduation and everything, she could come over, so she's coming over tomorrow and we're gonna make some fun. Yeah. I also I've been making stuff. I don't know why. I just have. I have had pinned this natural flea repellent for dogs. It's like coconut oil and brewer's yeast, and you make them like a treat and they eat it, and then it's supposed to help them keep the fleas off.
Okay.
We'll see if it works.
That's cool.
For a couple of days.
I want to make sunscreen now.
Well, I'll bring it and you can try it.
See if it works, yeah, because the kids are outside like ever since summer. Like Chloe had really bad sunburn because she forgot to wear it one day when she went over and swam at a friend's house, and it is dead. Anyway,
so the thing though is like with it, because it doesn't have all that stuff in it, you do have to apply it. Like after you've been swimming, you do have to apply it again.
Right.
Anyways, with other sunscreen, and if you're sweating a lot, you should probably apply it too.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, that's cool though. So we also, now that we finished the chicken coop, our neighbors are getting rid of their deck, which isn't huge. But they asked us if we wanted it. So I was like, heck yeah, we do, because I've been wanting a deck for a long time, but we can't really afford it. So we just have to take it apart and like put it up ourselves and whatever. But so today we're actually starting to take it apart and bring it over to our house. But then it's so we didn't get that far. But like totally awesome that like, you know, I've been wanting it and here it is for free, cool. Just for labor, you know. So that's exciting. But then I'm going to put it off our dining room, and I want to put sliding glass doors so it can be right out there. We can eat more outside during the summer and stuff. I said, Joe, wouldn't it be really cool if that was done before the 4th of July? And he's like, yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm like, oh, come on. So I'm like, we'll try though. Like, I think, you know, every time he has off, we're going to work on it. And like, I'm going to hope that we can do it, because really once you
stuff,
huh?
Try and like rebuild it and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Not the doors, because that's a lot.
Not the doors, just to have the deck up. I think it would be cool.
No, that would be awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited about that. But that's pretty much it for us. I haven't been doing too much because that stuff has been taking our time out.
I haven't been doing much, but then I think, what happened to my days? Because it's the 20th already of June.
I know, my birthday's in 2 days.
Oh my goodness, I totally forgot.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's the middle of June. And what happened?
I know.
Oh, crazy. Update the other day. Isn't that amazing?
Awesome. I need to get back at making row legs. I've been totally slacking. Remember that 100-day of row legs that I was doing? Yeah, I think I got to like day 14 and went kaput. That was like a month ago.
These are the ones I have left over. I'm going to bring them back to you on the 4th of July. So you can, like, upload them to your Etsy store.
Sounds good.
The past couple of shows, for the past, while, I haven't had a lot of sales for them or I haven't had room to put them out. So I figure you should be able to make money for them. So
that's understandable.
But yeah, because I kind of look, I could spin that, and I'm like, no, they're not mine to spin. So, but
you can take some if you want.
Like, I don't have enough stuff to spin.
Seriously though, I was going through downstairs where like my fiber is, and I really don't have that much. Like, I used to have like an abundance. I've been spinning so much that like my stash is going down, like hardcore down.
That's my goal, to do that, to spin down my fiber stash.
I feel like I need to buy. Or at least dye my own stuff, like different braids. Anyway, Now we're just kind of.
We're totally randomly talking, so we'll let you guys go. And see you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.